Hey, it's Miss Pritzel in the Appleton West Library, and I am book talking What Beauty There Is by Cory Anderson. So, this finally made it onto my reading list over spring break because it won a number of awards, and it sounded good. It got good reviews. I heard great things about it, but the cover did not draw me in, and which is why nobody's checked it out since we got it. Yes, I don't get to choose the covers. And when you go online, you may see some different cover art, which is a better option. I wish they had done that. I'm sure they just decided to change it eventually because this does not draw in YA people. Okay. Or anybody who's into mysteries and thrillers. This is not going to draw you in, but it is there's a lot of action adventures. There's a lot of criminal activity. So this is definitely a high school level book. So the two main characters are Jack and Ava. Jack, his father's in prison. He has a younger brother. I would assume his name is Matthew. They call him Maddie. And I'm not giving too much away to say that early on in the book, they're desperately poor. Mom has fallen into drugs. He comes home and mom is dead one day. And he realizes that this means he and his brother may be separated. They're going to end up in foster care. So he's desperate. And he decides to go visit his father in prison because he knows that his father is in prison, I think, for like robbery. But he also knows his father stole drug money, a lot of money from some drug dealers. So that's what that's what Jack is after, is the drug money. And so the whole book is about finding that money so that he and Maddie can stay together. That's what his goal is. Ava comes in because she just kind of starts helping Jack and Maddie. Now, Ava's father, it comes out pretty early on, is a very scary guy, and he is definitely one of the criminals involved. Because here's the thing, after Jack visits his father in prison, that's what really makes him a target. That people think Jack's dad told Jack where the money was. And so everybody wants to find Jack and get Jack to get Jack so they can get the money. So there's, like I said, there's murder and mayhem and some horrific things that kind of happen in this. Definitely presents the drug trade and all the characters involved not in any sort of positive light, which probably is pretty realistic. At least for these characters, some of them have a little bit like some standards, I guess you would call it. So I don't know what to say other than it was a really good action adventure. Yeah, I can get those who might argue that this is not a mystery, Miss Pritzel. It is a suspense thriller, but I do see it as a mystery because it's a mystery of where's the money? Who's going to survive? So if you call that a thriller versus a mystery, that's up to you. I would say mystery suspense. It's a little bit of each. It definitely held my attention throughout. One of the more interesting things is that the author does chapters 1 through 33. And then after 33, the chapters go 32, 31, 30. So she counts back down. And then the last chapter is, I'm very interested when you read this to find out what you think of the last chapter, because I actually went online to go, what? Because I was like, And I wanted to see what other people thought. There's big controversy, like this is leading into book 2. There's a movie supposedly going to be made. Movie options for this book, that's in the making. I don't know. I'm really interested because what I read online, I'm like, that's not what I thought. So, it's a really interesting book. And like I said, why did the author choose to do that? I get it. Like at the last chapter, that makes sense, but I don't get why halfway through she decides to have the chapters go backwards. So, great topic for discussion. So you can come in and check out our copy. I'm sure the other high schools have copies as well, because like I said, it won some awards this past January, February. But I can also help you find some other mystery, suspense, action thrillers too, because my goal is to keep everybody reading.